First of all, let's talk a bit about the game on Saturday. Spurs beat Man City 2-0 at home.
It was probably the most excited I've been after a game when we got through to the final of the Champions League. It felt like a big moment. It was like a Mourinho masterclass. It was amazing. Harry Kane is obviously just the best player in the world. We're going to win the league.
That's it. I might as well just end that. Yeah.
Cheers, guys. See you in a bit.
Tom, last time we spoke, you said City need to turn chances into goals. They didn't do that this time. Was that the only reason for that defeat, or would you say like the way it's finished?
Firstly, a lot of credit to Spurs. I thought, when you asked me last time we had the chat, could Spurs win the league? And I thought about it and I said I didn't think they could. Having watched them at the weekend, I now genuinely do believe that Spurs could win the league. That was Spurs' best performance of the season. I don't know what's gone wrong really in terms of how we're struggling to score goals, because I never thought it'd be something that we'd see under Guardiola. The defensive errors weren't great. Kyle Walker had an absolute stinker, which I'm sure you enjoyed, Chris, because I know Spurs fans don't have the greatest opinions of Kyle Walker, but yeah, he had a stinker at the weekend, and just all in all, it wasn't a great performance.
You must remember, guys, watching Mourinho's teams when he was at Man United, or the second time when he was at Chelsea. When he was at Man United, at times it was really bad, and the teams never really picked up, and let alone playing the kind of football Spurs are playing now. What's changed this time? Chris, what do you think?
I don't actually think anything has really changed. I think United is the anomaly. I think United is the problem, because since Ferguson went, I mean, how long ago did Ferguson go? 6 years?
Yeah, 7 years.
7 years? 7 years. And you've not been the same at all since. I actually think United was the problem, because, you know, that team is so patchy under Solskjaer, and with the succession of other managers that you've had, you've not really been the same. So I actually think Mourinho probably can actually shoulder less of the blame than us Spurs fans, us Mourinho hating Spurs fans when he was there, gave him. I think finally now he's at Spurs, it's as if he's got the tools to do what he wants, and it's like he's got his mojo back.
With all due respect to Spurs, the expectation on Mourinho's shoulders at United was much higher than the expectation it has been when he took the job at Spurs. What Mourinho's done at Spurs is sort of get the best out of what he's got, but also take his best players and make them better.
Pep has just signed a new contract with Man City, which will keep him until 2023, I think. Now, Chris, that's also when Mourinho's contract ends. So you've basically got 2.5 years with him. Given the history of him at other clubs, do you see him staying the full length of this contract?
I kind of still stand by what I first said a year ago when you interviewed me about how I felt about Jose joining the club.
Yeah.
I still don't think it's not a long-term thing. My gut feeling is that he'll leave before the end of his contract. Even though I'm really coming around to Mourinho, I never thought I'd say that, I don't see this lasting for very long.
I don't see any reason why Mourinho would go. I don't see where Mourinho has to go from here. I don't see what he's got left to prove other than maybe international management. I know that he'd love more than anything to win the title with Spurs, and I think Spurs fans would love that as well. Imagine going into work to a Chelsea fan and going, hey, you're Mourinho, won us the league and all of that. You know, it is sort of like a sort of strange fairy tale story, isn't it? Not one you ever thought you'd see happening, but if it does happen, it'd be huge. So yeah, I can see him staying there for a while.
What now for Guardiola then, Tom? People have been calling it a rebuild for Man City since he signed that deal. But would you say that's the case? Is it a rebuild?
It's not a rebuild. You look at our squad. Anyone who's calling it a rebuild, it's just we've been unfortunate with the fact that Aguero's got injured a lot. We've been unfortunate with the fact we now had a striker for much of the season, but we've still got one of, if not the best squads in the league, and I stand by that. If you look at our starting 11, our bench, just the whole depth of the squad, there's no squad in the league that I'd rather have. I just think we're going through a tough patch at the minute, and I think that tough patch needs to come to an end now. We can't afford to drop any more points between now and Christmas. We really can't. The sort of feeling towards Guardiola is and the owners have stood by this and will stand by this as long as Guardiola wants to be at the club. He will be City's manager. I really do think that a lot of that is to do with the prospect of signing Lionel Messi next summer. If we see Aguero sign a 12-month extension within the next sort of couple of months, I do really think there'll be a proper attempt to get Messi at Man City next summer.
Chris, would you like to see Messi in the Premier League?
No, I don't think so, because it's a problem that I don't want to have.
That's all. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, and I hope Spurs start losing soon, but I don't think we can see it happening.
And I hope Man City don't start winning soon.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully we have the same chart in January when we play you at the Etihad, and hopefully it's switched and you guys are struggling anyway top of the league, but we'll wait and see. I won't talk about United because
who needs to do that?